my God. So I just walked outside to take a pee, go out and smoke a cigarette, and I hear this from like off in the distance, right? I'm like, what the fuck? What is that? Right? So I'm sitting there and, I'm doing my business, and off maybe, I don't know, 150 yards away, and it's dark outside, by the way. There's snow on the ground, of course. 150 yards, probably 150 yards away, I see this black shape just kind of moving across the snow, and I'm like, oh shit, what's that? Got my pistol in my hand, I cock it, I didn't have it loaded, as I do now, and this thing is moving across the river, it's moving along the river. I'm like, well, that's weird, I'm thinking to myself, like, what the hell is that? That's a big-ass elk, I'm like, that's a cow elk. So it cuts back across the valley, kind of towards me a bit, and it comes over to a stand of willows, maybe 100 yards from me. And I hear it rustling around in the willows, just kind of scraping on it. I'm like, that thing's got antlers. That's a bull elk. Well, it keeps coming closer, and it keeps coming closer, and I'm like, that's really big. That thing's huge, and it's dark. This is a dark shape. Elk are kind of a brown color, right? This thing was black. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh shit, this might be a bear, right? Thinking this is one big-ass bear. It comes a little bit closer and a little bit closer. I'm like, nope, that's not an elk or a bear. That's a big-ass bull moose. No joke. This thing kept coming. I, snuck around my car a little bit. I was over by my car. Snuck around my car, just, real quiet like. This thing stopped 10 feet from me. I'm not kidding. 10 feet. I kept the car in between us. Okay, it lowered its head. It smelled where I peed. And then, it just it kept calling. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, all right, I really don't want to surprise this thing. So I moved around, I started talking a little bit. I'm like, hey, I see you, buddy. Hey, I see you. He sat there and looked at me for 30 seconds. 45 seconds, maybe a minute. I was sitting there looking at this thing and this great big beard, and man, these antlers have got to be 4 feet across, and oh my God, that was awesome. That was so cool. So he's sitting there looking at me, and finally I guess he decided, oh, well, I'm going to run away. So he kind of started trotting away, and he started trotting right towards my tent. I'm not sure exactly how close he came, so in the morning I'm going to go out and check his tracks and see where he went by, but I'm not kidding, that thing must have, oh Jesus, that thing was huge. I mean, its head was taller than I was, easily. Massive animal. That was awesome. That was so cool. I'm having a blast. And you know what? It's cold as hell outside, but this little tent and my little situation here is pretty nice. It's kind of warm in here, and I'm excited. I'm sleeping with my guns loaded, though, so have a good night.